Hello YouTube, Wild Guides here, and today we're going to be talking about a little more of a serious topic. This being video game addiction. Now, video game addiction is much like being addicted to any sort of other drug, prescription medicine, anything. It's being hooked on it, not being able to get away from it, etc. The same sort of thing happens with video games, and that's called video game addiction. Now, what I want to look into right now is I want to talk about exactly what the psychological thoughts and stuff of these video game addicts are. Now, take this scenario. So you're Bob. Say your name's Bob. You work a desk job, 7-8 hours a day. You know, nothing too special. No girlfriend. Live alone. Not too much of a partier. More introverted. Yeah, maybe sometimes even a little bit of depression here and there, but nothing too serious for now. And then you pick up a game, say World of Warcraft, Call of Duty, Counter-Strike, StarCraft, Diablo. These are just some popular titles that a lot of people get addicted to. Now, take a game like World of Warcraft, EverQuest, Rift, Terra, the MMO genre. Now, what sounds more exciting to you? I can be Bob working a desk job for X amount of money, you know, just living alone and crap, or in World of Warcraft I can be the owner of a guild, and I've slain these demons and these dragons. I'm a champion of the people. I'm important. I'm doing all these things. I'm constantly progressing, constantly working towards a goal, constantly achieving something, and with constant achievements put into there as well. You know, in real life, you know, you might get to somewhere and then not really go anywhere above that. That happens a lot. That's something a lot of people don't like, and I'm sure you don't either. Now you might be thinking, hey, you know, if that's really the case, they need to shut up, they need to get a life, they need to get over it. Well, see, now to them, it's completely different. To them, they're stuck in this digital world, you know. Like, you go up to the average kid, right, and you ask him, I don't know, name all the Supreme Court justices, and they're completely stumped. They're like, oh, the people that wear those black gowns, or, you know, they have no idea. But you ask them, name all the Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, or all the Seven Dwarves, and they can do it perfectly. Or just tell me where this state is, what's next to this state, etc. They can't tell you, but they might be able to draw out an entire map of Azeroth, Draenor, and Outland for World of Warcraft. Maybe I don't know what the capital of Arizona is. It's Phoenix. But say you didn't know what the capital of Arizona was, but I can name every single town in Duratar, you know. Now, that's the case with a lot. Now, that doesn't mean you're addicted. That means you're playing the game, you know, just for fun. And a lot of times it does just start out as, I'm playing the game for fun, get off work, come home, let's play some WoW. And that's what it should be. That's all you need to do, right? You just come home, you know, play some WoW, and next day get back to what you gotta do. Some people just don't want to click onto that, and they wound up getting very, very hooked onto games like World of Warcraft, EverQuest, and things like that. Now, even something like Counter-Strike or Call of Duty, which is a first-person shooter game, where it's much, much, much more based around competition and such. You know, what would you rather be? Would you rather be Bob, I work a desk job, or would you rather be on top of the freaking leaderboard in Call of Duty right now? What sounds cooler to you? So it's just, and then even the thing is, like, with the escape here, like, right now I'm playing World of Warcraft. What am I in real life? I'm a guy, some dude, right? some dude making YouTube videos. But what's this? I mean, I'm running around this awesome zone, killing frickin' Vile Fang Beast or whatever this is, you know? That sounds a lot more exciting than real life, and to some people they get really hooked onto that. There's people that get addicted to sex, to any other drug, and aside from being addicted to a drug because of, say, nicotine, if you're a smoker or something, instead of being addicted to a certain chemical in it, you're addicted completely psychologically, and you're completely just enveloped in this other universe, and you never want to leave. Do they eventually leave? Some do and some don't. Many cases of people committing suicide even after playing video games for extensive periods of time. And it's just because they're so depressed, and a lot of times they can get so depressed in their real life that even their digital world can't, you know, can't help them. It's been for a while, but you know, one day it's gonna come to an end, right? Something might happen in the game, and you know, say video game violence, that's a thing as well. That's all part of the addiction. You're addicted to a video game, depending on the video game, but you might be a pretty violent person. Like, have you seen the community in a lot of these games? You're probably gonna be frustrated quite a bit. A lot of anger and a lot of just neglect of real life things, like maybe you stop shaving, you stop, I don't know, maybe you start calling in sick to work, start doing something like that. Do it, you know, get fired from your job, and you know, people do these things and they do it quite often, and they just don't, it just, to them I guess it's just not a thing. I mean, I've never personally been addicted to any video game ever, so can I completely speak? No. I can't really completely speak for them, no. However, it is a very serious issue, and it's only growing, sadly. Like, it just, I guess the escape to this new world of Warcraft, or this feeling of importance and someone actually maybe needing you, right? Like, real life you might be Bob at the desk job, like I said, and in here, you know, my raiding team needs me, or something like that. I never got that into it, but there's people like that, and it's obviously not a good thing. Now, sometimes they might try to quit, but if you try to quit cold turkey of anything, you know, what's going to happen? A lot of times you're going to go back to it. A lot of times you can't necessarily just quit like that. And a lot of times that's what happens, sadly. And they can't quit, and then they keep playing, and you know, screw around with it too long, and no one really knows something's wrong. I mean, you kill yourself, right? So it's obviously something you don't want around, but there's people like that. Like, even people, like, if I've passed by anyone in this video, they could be addicted. Anyone can be. They have a playtime system here in the game, where you type /played and you see your playtime. And your playtime is not how long I've had the game downloaded. The playtime is how long I have spent on that character alone. So just actually playing. There are people that have over a year tracked on that. That can be a pretty bad issue, obviously. So imagine, literally, like, people have months, and that's not even really an addict, honestly. I mean, people who have months tracked on one character. Some people will sit down, they'll not sleep much, just because they gotta get back to that world where Azeroth, or wherever, the EverQuest world, your Terra world, or whatever, and you just keep going back and back and back, and they never seem to really feel like they can fully quit. Now, a lot of people that don't necessarily understand the seriousness of video game addiction, they might say like, oh, fucking nerds, you know, they need to get a life, You know, they're just stupid little kids or whatever. No, these are adults, married people, divorced people, depressed people, children, teenagers. Anyone can be addicted to a video game. It doesn't even take that much. All it takes is a video game and a person. Anyone can be affected. You could be affected, I could be affected, your kid could be affected, my kid could be affected, my friend could be affected, your friend could be affected, my neighbor, someone I could have passed at the store. You know, you never know. And you'll never actually know, because some people just like to live on the internet, which to them sounds very appealing, because, you know, maybe they don't feel they're the most attractive man out there or whatever. On here, you don't have, no one cares what you look like. No one gives a flying fuck what you look like in here, right? You know, I mean, if you have some gear, you know, you have the right items, you have the right achievements, you've done the right things, you're their friend. That's all they care about. They don't care if you're fat, they don't care if you're overweight, they don't care if you're single, they don't care if you're taken. You know, and it's just a place of no discrimination and things like that really get a lot of people hooked onto things like this, that get them all really attracted to the games like this. And that is an attractive thing to think about, you know. Like, imagine escaping to a completely new world where constantly accomplishing things, constantly developing a character, your avatar, which some people pretty much imagine their avatar to be themselves. That might be a big step to some, but that's what some people do. I mean, and sometimes they just get addicted. Like, they get really hooked into the unreal world that, you know, they start neglecting real life, like I said. And how long do you have to neglect real life before it suffers? I mean, this isn't, like, you don't even have to be an addict to have your grades suffer from a video game. That happens all the time. You know, like, every man and their dog knows at least one person that had their Xbox or Nintendo taken away because they need to focus on their grades or something. That everyone knows that someone like that, right? That's just what happens. However, an addiction, it just takes it to a whole new level beyond what anyone could necessarily imagine if they weren't aware of it. It's just crazy, really. It's crazy how it's gotten so out of control, how it even got started to begin with, really. But, I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I can only sit here and talk about it. I can't exactly change the world, but just wanted to bring some insight to the issue. I will see you guys in another video. Like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in another one.